Okay, so rotations. If you have already forgotten, which I'm sure you haven't, because you are all awesome, except for that one person, a rotation is a spin. So literally, remember, you're just spinning it around. Bloop, 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 bloop. Um, Something you should know, in math, we're always going counterclockwise, which, if you've forgotten, is basically um, like that. Okay. So always counterclockwise. There's basically two different ways to do this, and we're only going to concern ourselves with the coordinate plane this year. Um, so, first way is by formula. So if you're going 90 degrees, you go x, y, and then you change it to negative y, x. If you're doing 180 degrees, xy turns into negative x, negative y. Takes my brain a second to remember this sometimes. And then if you're doing 270 degrees, xy turns into y negative x. Okay. And then I'm going to add something to the end of this that you'll get really staggered to them, like talking. I'm kind of like Captain James T. Kirk in that I have weird pauses when I'm speaking. Spin once, spin twice, spin thrice. It's just 3 times. So, let me show you the formula way first. Formula way is just like what we've been doing with all the other formulas, in that you'll label the points, and then you will apply the formula. If you've memorized the formula, because that is one thing that I'm not going to give you on your quiz. I will not give you what the formula is. And before I forget to, I like to think it changes the orientation, which usually means if you're rotating, if it's standing up, if you rotate it, it's now lying down. That's how I like to think of it. So let's just go with a nice little triangle. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. A, B, C. So, A, the point is 3, 1, 2, 3. Point B is 2, 1. Double parentheses there, don't know why. And C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. So, you flip it, right? And then see that how it says a negative there? You put a negative in front of the first number. So flip, put a negative, flip it, put a negative. So now we got negative 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, 1, 2, and then negative 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this was A prime, B prime, C prime. So it's a little bit different. So it's been rotated this way. One way you can tell if you did it correct is if you draw a line, hold on one second, to the origin connecting your points. Right? It should be 90 degrees. So that's really what's happening. Basically, you're taking this and you're rotating it 90 degrees. So that's using the formula. I can do that for all three of these. Well, you know, why not? Technically, I have 14 minutes and 20 more seconds that I could speak. So this was for 90 degrees. Let's do 180 degrees. And I already wrote the points down. A, B, C, 3, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2. And if you look at the formula, it just says put negatives in front. -3, -3, -2, -1, -5, -2. So, -3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, -2, -1, and then -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and we've got ourselves a new triangle, and that is A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. And what's happening for 180 degrees is really, if you did it right, you should be able to draw a line from your point through the middle to the point. And that should always match. Boom, boom. I could draw a line from there to there, and I could draw a line from there to there. Just so you know, rotating 180 degrees literally ends up being the exact same thing as reflecting it over the origin. Let's do 270 real quick. I'm sure you're all really excited to do this, or at least to watch it. B, 2, 1, C, 5, 2, and I used orange, I used red, let's go green. So, it's kind of like the one we did before, except for now what we're doing is we're flipping it and putting a negative inside next to the second one. So it's going to be 1, 2, negative, 2, 5, negative. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, -2, and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is A triple prime, B triple prime, and C triple prime. So, and then this, to tell if you did it right, you kind of do the same thing you did last time. If you did that, you should get 90 degrees there. So, that's how you rotate. Now, some people do not like that at all. They don't like memorizing formulas or anything like that. So, this is where this spin once, spin twice, spin thrice comes in. Another way you could do this, and it takes a little bit more, oh no, extra work. And what I usually do is you trace this little middle part, right? And then you trace your points. And usually, I worry mostly just about the 3 points, right? So I do that. I flip it over, and I'm going to get some random dots there, but that's fine, right? Trace it to the other side. So what I mean by spin once is now I put my pencil right here in the middle. I literally spin it once so that the cross in the middle matches, right? And then that's why I did those points. You can trace them now. And now I got a point there, point there, point there. And then I can make my triangle. So literally make your little middle mark and you spin it once because that's 90 degrees. Spin it twice. That's 180. And you see it matches. Spin it 3 times and you end up there at 270. Now if you're really good, you could also remember that it's spin thrice or spin once clockwise if you don't want to do it 3 times. Okay, so hopefully that kind of makes sense. Well, not kind of, hopefully that does make sense, is that since it is a rotation, we are just spinning things 90 degrees once, 180 twice, 270 3 times, and you see that thing moved a little bit. And that is rotating. Usually we would do another set of rotations where there wasn't a graph and you had to measure things, but I don't really want to send everybody protractors, and that's kind of harder to do when you're on your own. So that's the whole section. I almost just said booyah. No one says that anymore. What is wrong with me?